No one makes an entrance quite like Spider-Man, because we are here for the red carpet world premiere of Spider-Man Far From Home. And what better way to do it than on a double-decker bus? Very much perfect way to experience a European vacation.
So many times when we see Spider-Man in film, we forget just how dangerous some of the things he's actually doing. So when you get to see him on a double-decker bus, you get a much clearer vision of just the kind of heights that sometimes he's dealing with when he's swinging through the air.
That is certainly true, and we're here on historic Hollywood Boulevard. Fans have been lining up since early yesterday to get their look at the stars and creators of Spider-Man Far From Home tonight. We're hoping to catch up with them here as well. And right now you're taking a look at a Spider-Man eye point of view, a good old-fashioned Spidey look right from the Spider-Man himself.
And the crowd absolutely loves him, as well they should. I don't know about you, but he is absolutely my favorite character in the MCU, so I'm a little bit, jittery myself seeing him go by on the double-decker bus.
And nothing really does say, I'm taking a trip to London, like seeing everything from the top of a double-decker bus. I love it's been specially wrapped in Spider-Man Far From Home posters and messaging, and you can see some of the passport stamps that are there, so we know that he's going to be visiting some cool places like maybe London and Prague and Berlin in this film tonight.
Speaking of passports, where do you think he's keeping his passport right now?
Well, Tony Stark is always good at thinking up a good solution to any problem, so I'm sure Tony Stark's got a passport specialty pouch in there.
I'm pretty sure you're right. I am pretty sure you are right.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. I'm Lorraine Sink.
I'm LZ Granderson, and I am absolutely excited to be here tonight.
I am as well. We are going to be celebrating all night long for the red carpet world premiere of Spider-Man Far From Home, presented tonight by Audi.
Lorraine, this moment is somewhat bittersweet. As excited as I am about seeing Spider-Man, I can't help but think about who won't be with us.
That's right. Now, some mild spoilers tonight, so you've been warned if you haven't seen Marvel Studios' Avengers Endgame, but yes, we are going to miss a certain Avenger tonight, but we have a celebration for Spider-Man. If you guys are just tuning in with us now, be sure to watch this at marvel.com/Spider-Man Live or at Marvel or at Spider-Man Movie on social media. And you can hashtag Spider-Man Far From Home to interact with us.
Yes, send us your questions. We're going to have all the stars for the film here. If there's anything you really wanted to know, fire away via Twitter.
Yeah, heck yeah. I mean, and Spider-Man has been through so much. As you said, we've seen Spider-Man in several films now. Remember when he kicked it all off and made his first appearance in Marvel Studios' Captain America: Civil War? What an iconic moment. Spider-Man stealing Cap's shield.
Who steals Cap's shield?
Spider-Man. That's who does it.
I especially love the moment in which we recognized it was Queens versus Brooklyn for all the glory.
It really, truly was. That's so well. But you know what? We should check in because we're not the only ones here on the carpet tonight. Our friends are here down at the other end. Tamara Krinsky and Angelique Roche. How are you ladies doing over there?
We're fantastic. I'm Angelique Roche.
And I'm Tamara Krinsky.
And I'm repping for Brooklyn tonight. So in that Brooklyn versus Queens, I'm going to rep for all of New York because we are in LA on the historic Hollywood Boulevard, but I gotta say, I do love me some Brooklyn.
All right, well, we'll see how that goes down. We'll see who is a fan of where, and we are gonna have so many people here from the cast. We're gonna have filmmakers here. Just like the Avengers, it takes a team to cover this entire carpet. So we are here down at the other end. You saw some cosplayers on the bus. They're going to be behind us, and we can't wait to bring every moment of this amazing red carpet premiere to you. Lorraine, LZ, what's happening on your ends?
Well, you mentioned something so interesting is that this is a huge carpet. We have the whole block shut down. We've got a huge blown up Spider-Man behind us.
80 feet long.
Yeah, he is a big fella, and he's going to be hanging out with us tonight, as we will with the cast and the creators here on the red carpet. But I think it's so important that we talk about this film, and to get us all started on this journey tonight, I think we should take a special look at Spider-Man Far From Home.
Everywhere I go, I see his face. I just really miss him.
Yeah, I miss him too. I don't think Tony would have done what he did if he didn't know that you were going to be here after he was gone.
You gonna be the next Iron Man now?
Well, no, I don't have time. I'm too busy doing your jobs.
Oh.
I'm kidding. Look, keep up the good work because I am going on vacation.
Heads up. Nick Fury's calling you.
I don't really want to talk to Nick
Answer
Fury.
the phone.
Why?
Because if you don't talk to him, then I have to talk to him. I don't want to talk to him. You sent Nick Fury to voicemail?
I gotta go.
You do not ghost Nick Fury.
What up, dorks? What's up? We're just talking about the trip.
I'm here in St. Marco Polo.
Oh, I think MJ really likes me.
That reminds me when I first fell in love.
You're a very difficult person to contact, Spider-Man. This is Mr. Beck.
We could have used someone like you on my world.
Your world?
Beck is from Earth, just not ours. The snap to our hole in our dimension.
You're saying there's a multiverse?
We have a job to do, and you're coming with us.
There's gotta be someone else you can use. What about Thor?
Off-world.
Captain Marvel? Unavailable. But I'm just a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Bitch, please, you've been to space.
What do you want, Peter?
I want to go back on my trip with the girl who I really like and tell her how I feel. MJ,
I'm Spider-Man.
No, of course I'm not.
I mean, it's kind of obvious.
You're right, you may not be ready, but this is my responsibility. Saving the world requires sacrifice. Sometimes people die.
Oh my God.
I just always feel like I'm putting my friends in danger. The world needs the next Iron Man.
You going to step up or not?
I gotta get you guys out of here! Get on the jet! Who are you? I work with Spider-Man.
You work for Spider-Man?
I work with Spider-Man, not for Spider-Man. New plan!
Hey, we're back, and I'm here with Michael Lognes. Hello.
Nice to see you.
Now, you're here with Synchrony Bank, and you guys are doing something really cool on the carpet tonight. What are you up to?
Yeah, we're actually here. We're here to actually support the communities we work in, and we're here to actually give folks an opportunity to participate in some great causes that we actually believe in. One of those causes is the Work for Families program. That program does everything from housing to after-school care to interview preparation, anything you need actually to get yourself back into the workplace. The other programs we love is obviously our partnership we have with Marvel, which is a Save Like a Hero program. It gives our customers an ability to save for their dreams and their future. An awesome opportunity. I wanted to actually turn it over to our great guest here.
You have a special guest here. Why don't you come on over, and what is your name?
My name is Veronica Scott. Thank you.
Veronica Scott, thank you so much for joining us. And now you've done something really special as part of a program.
Yeah, Veronica works for a great organization called the Empowerment Plan. And the Empowerment Plan works with homeless people, gives them an opportunity to get educated, get trained, and actually, most importantly, becomes employable. They actually produce these wonderful coats. And not only are they a coat, but they double as a sleeping bag. And the thing that's really incredible is it actually goes back to the communities in which they came from. So what an awesome place and what an awesome cause. We're thrilled to be part of it.
That's so brilliant and such a beautiful thing to do with your time. So congratulations to you.
Thank you guys so much. And this will impact thousands of lives this winter and impact all the women back in Detroit that are making these coats every day.
That's wonderful. Now, I heard there might be something special happening today, though.
Got to check. Yes, I think we do. Veronica, I'm thrilled to be standing here on the stage with you. And on behalf of the Synchrony family, I want to present you with this check for $50,000.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much, and congratulations to you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Spidey, for swinging in. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Enjoy your night, and congratulations. I mean, heroes take all shapes and forms. Some of them are web slingers. Some of them are helping the homeless and people that need it. It's so beautiful and impactful to see it here tonight on the carpet. But I hear that Tamara and Angelique are getting into trouble. I need to check in on those ladies. What are you up to?
Us? In the trouble?
No.
Never. No. We were just talking about all the things that we love about Marvel. And you know what, Tamara? You know what I love the most about Marvel?
What do you love the most about Marvel?
The fans.
Yeah.
So this evening we have a bunch of amazing cosplayers out here who are celebrating Spider-Man and all of his amazing cohort. And our own Ryan Panagos, Agent M, had an opportunity to talk to those cosplayers earlier this evening.
Let's take a look.
I am here with a spectacular Spidey squad on the carpet. It's so much fun. And I grabbed 3 cosplayers to tell me a little bit about yourself. Now, tell me, where did you come from? I love this suit.
I came from the Bay Area. I currently live in Santa Monica, California.
Okay, so local California, pretty cool. Can you give me your best Spider-Man pose?
Yeah, I can.
Please. Ooh, all right, that's good. Spidey Squad approved. Okay, and of course, how long did it take to put this suit together?
Actually, I didn't. This company called the RPC Studio made it for me, and I'm not very talented to make costumes, so. But yeah, they hooked it up with the suit, and here I am.
All right, so you're a ringer. Great, you have a very professional-made suit. I like it. Okay, now we've got a very cool-looking Spidey here. Spidey, where'd you come in from?
I'm originally from Angourie, California, but right now I live in Long Beach.
Okay, another local Spidey. It's good. I was hoping for an East Coast Spidey, but that's all right. All right, Spidey, give me your best Spider-Man pose.
All right, I'm trying my best.
Oh, classic. It's really, really good. Spidey Squad, give it up. Awesome. Okay, and how long did it take to put this outfit together?
Oh, it was a lot of fun, actually. I got this printed online, the stretch suit, and I found this at a antique store, and just applied the patch myself, and I 3D printed all these little Spidey parts and jackets and stuff, and so it's a lot of fun, man, just making the suits and stuff.
Very cool. I like that 3D printing and really finding some stuff that's very much like Peter. Now, we've got one more Spidey to talk to. Ghetto Spider here. Where did you come in from?
Chicago, Illinois. Austin, Texas.
All right, Chicago and Austin. I like that, representing different places. Now, Ghetto Spider, what's your Spidey pose? Oh, he's moving around. He's moving around. All right. Whoa, I got that down. Very good, very good. Thank you, Spidey. How long did it take to put this all together?
It didn't take, well, actually, I got this costume for RPC Studios. We're about like 500, 600. But yeah, I want to thank him for giving me this costume. But it didn't take me a while. It took me 2 years to build this platform.
Wow. 2 years to put it together. Amazing. Please, all Spidey Squad, give it up. You guys look amazing. Very cool. Back to y'all on the carpet.
Oh my gosh, so many Spider-Men.
2 years to put that together. I would have to be off of carbs for 2 years to actually put that thing on.
I know, it's a big commitment putting on the suit. Not only what it stands for, but just the actual lycra.
You gotta kind of look good.
Yeah. That's right. And you know what? I'm so excited for tonight because it's already crackling over at Arrivals. We're right by where everyone's going to be getting out of their cars and walking onto the red carpet for the first time. And there are some major, amazing stars in the film tonight. I can't wait to see Tom Holland return as Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man.
Of course, we've already talked a little bit about Happy, but what about MJ?
Oh, MJ. Played by the incredible Zendaya.
Yes.
I love her. I think she is phenomenal in this role, and I love her sort of dry, quirky existentialism.
Oh, it's so smart. You know, there's still the innocence of youth, but it's just more up to date because it is much more aware of the world around them. Not quite as innocent, so it's a nice little balance that makes her just perfect.
And you did mention Happy, but I think Jon Favreau, who plays Happy Hogan, gets all of the shout-outs because not only is he a character in the MCU, but he started the MCU with Marvel Studios' Iron Man in 2008. He was the original director. He has been with the MCU since its inception, and here he is today, continuing to be a mentor now to Spider-Man.
Yes, and by watching the previews, it looks as if he may have a little crush on another returning character.
Yeah.
May.
Peter's Aunt May, of course, an iconic character. I love her portrayal by Marisa Tomei. She's phenomenally funny, and I love that she's got kind of like an activist air about her. You know what I mean?
Again, another reason why this film really registered, because there's some updates there, still true to the characters that we all know and love, but the tweaks what makes it much more intriguing to me.
Absolutely. I mean, look at Ned, played by the incredible Jacob Batalon.
Right.
So funny, so lovable.
Absolutely. The comedic timing between him and Peter Parker is absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to see what those two do in this film.
And I live for Flash Thompson, aka Tony Revolori. I think he's so funny. I love his sort of feelings about Spider-Man versus his feelings about Peter Parker and how different those feelings are.
Absolutely. But I wonder what's filling down at stage 2 right now with our two cohorts.
And we talk about the suits.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, we're just down here partying, talking about this amazing Spider-Man behind us, which is 80 foot long,
26 feet high, and 32 feet wide. It's actually the same size as the one on the Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yeah, and the coolest thing about it is that it's actually the Spider-Man Far From Home suit, which we're going to be finding out a little bit more about later. Or now. Yeah, so we're going to be finding out about the two new suits, the stealth suit
and the red and black suit that you see up on the balloon. Let's take a look to see what's in store in Spider-Man Far From Home.
I need a suit.
Suit? You take care of the suit. I'll take care of the music.
We start off in the Iron Spider suit. That was amazing.
That was great.
Obviously, we have the Homecoming suit, which is very dear to my heart. I love that suit. I forgot that I can't itch my face. And then there's the stealth suit, which is my favorite suit because it's totally different and totally fresh. The idea behind the suit is Peter Parker doesn't want to be seen as Spider-Man in Europe. Everyone's gonna see my face. Just get them out of here. Go, let's go!
So Nick Fury loans him this costume, something out of the S.H.I.E.L.D. Special Ops world.
How's the suit?
The suit's great. It's awesome. It's kind of Captain America-like with a Spider-Man twist.
Do you think that's Spider-Man?
No. It's like a European rip-off version of him. I was actually reading about him the other day. It's not him.
And it also looks pretty badass. So the black and red suit is like wearing a work of art. It looks so realistic that it feels like you should be able to climb walls and you should be able to shoot webs. And the way that it's made is an homage to the godfather of the MCU. The world needs the next Iron Man.
Look at those costumes.
I know.
I mean, I gotta say, that black costume, that stealthy costume that he has in this film is so cool. It gives me sort of some reminiscent feeling of like Spider-Man noir from the comic books.
Yes.
I just love it. I think it's so cool.
And you know, oftentimes when you watch award shows like the Oscars, you gloss over things like music and film. But if those things aren't right, the movie's not popping. And remember, MCU won its first Oscar because of costumes.
That's the truth. That's the truth. And also, a shout out to the music by Dave Jordan, who has done music for a lot of our films, including Marvel Studios' Black Panther. So you know that the soundtrack is good.
Absolutely. I wonder if they could do something with me. You know, costume-wise?
Yeah, of course. I feel like, why not? Have them send you a Spidey suit. If you guys are just tuning in, joining us now, you can watch this at marvel.com/Spider-Man Live, where it is the one-stop shop for all things Marvel and all the things that are happening on the red carpet. You can also follow along with our Insta stories and on social media at Marvel or at Spider-Man Movie to see all the cool stuff that's happening here on the carpet tonight, because this is a big carpet.
This is a huge carpet. And also, if there are any particular questions that you're dying to find out from your favorite actor or actress, tweet us. Go on Twitter, use the hashtag, and let us know what the questions are. We'll be happy to try to get them in for you.
Yeah, that's right. Hashtag Spider-Man Far From Home. We're going to be here all night at the Red Carpet World Premiere, presented by Audi. It is going to be a big, wild, crazy night because people are just starting to arrive. It's so cool, honestly, getting to be here because tonight is really all about the fans. The MCU is always about the fans, I truly think, because we really care to really invest in our fans and their enjoyment and their experience. And there are so many people that are lined up right now. People are out there meeting and greeting their favorite celebrities. It's a beautiful thing to see.
It's a beautiful thing to see. And I think one of the reasons why it has such a strong attraction for fans is because of the stories of the characters. I mean, take Peter Parker, for instance. Who doesn't remember high school? Who doesn't remember those awkward stages? Who doesn't remember being conflicted between what you want to do and what you should do?
Yeah, and I mean, he really has stood the test of time.
Yes.
Originally introduced in Amazing Fantasy number 15 in 1962. Here we are in 2019, getting to see the second Spider-Man film in this iteration. And I just think it's such a testament to how important this character is to so many people because he is so relatable.
Absolutely. You know, I'm an adult on most days. But when I see a spider, sometimes I look, are you the one? Are you the one?
Are you the one? Let's see. All right, our ladies are on the other side of the carpet. Tamara, Angelique, what are you into?
We are into thinking about all of the returning characters in this movie that we are so excited to see.
Yeah.
Of course, we've got Tom Holland. I'm really excited to see Zendaya as MJ and the evolution of her character.
Oh yeah, and one of the things that we were just talking about is how much I love Led. Jacob Batalon is amazing, and just Happy Hogan, like having Jon Favreau back. That is such the wonderful thing. And you were talking about the testament of time of Spider-Man, but one thing you're right, we don't forget how we felt in high school. We don't forget those awkward stages of when we're trying to figure out who we are and what kind of hero we want to be.
And we don't forget romantic crushes either. I'm guessing you two may have had some crushes in high school. Tell us a little bit about that, you guys.
Crushes in high school?
I am a married man. I plead the fifth.
I'm a married woman. I don't remember who my high school crush is. I remember my first crush. I won't call out any names, but I just never talked to him. Never? Not one time. Just saw him from afar.
In other words, you were indeed in high school.
I was, yeah, completely and utterly and totally. But I'm excited to see Tom Holland and Zendaya tonight on the big screen together. I think they have electric chemistry. They're so funny. And, I remember in Spider-Man Homecoming, MJ was constantly clocking Peter. She was like, what, I'm not weirdly obsessed with him?
Yes, which is wonderful to see because in other Hollywood films, you have the young lady always doting over the young man.
Yeah.
This go round, she's like, no, earn this.
Earn this. I know, and it really is so sweet to get to see their interaction. I'm also excited to see our Betty Brant back.
Yes.
Played by Angourie Rice. Such a delight. I think that was such a fun little shout out when we saw it in Spider-Man Homecoming, getting to see her in her reporter roots.
Right.
So I think it's going to be so fun to see her in this once again. Oh, and I think we have some friends coming up. We have Remy Hii here, who is a new addition to the MCU. He plays Brad.
Come on, don't be
hey,
shy.
Remy. Hi. Oh my gosh, welcome to the Marvel family.
Hi.
This is live.
So I can't say beep. This is beeping. Awesome. There we go.
Oh my gosh, welcome.
Thank you.
What is it like to join the Marvel Cinematic Universe, first of all?
It's a dream come true, I mean, what a universe. Like, how many films and counting? I mean, for any actor, for any, young guy or girl wanting to break in and make their mark, I mean, this is just, it's blowing my mind. It's a dream come true.
What went through your head when you realized you were joining this amazing universe?
That was it. I couldn't believe it. And I mean, I was given about 2 days to pack my bags, the next 5 months of my life. Just pack your bags and go, we're shipping you out to London. No script, can't read the script because, Marvel security, I think they're out there somewhere.
Yeah, they're here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, watch out, Flash is here. Tony Revolori, hello, sir.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
It's great to see you again.
What happened to your hand? What's going on here?
You should be the other guy.
Yeah. Motorcycle accident with Keanu.
Oh, okay.
Well, like you do. Now, you guys got to travel all over the UK. What was your favorite shooting location?
Oh, that's tough. I think for me it was London. It was a space we had most time in, and we got to really get close.
Tony, Jacob, and I, we shared we kind of shared a flat situation.
Absolutely.
there.
So we were living right next to each other, and we were constantly just hanging out, going out to the local pubs and hanging out. And I think that was a time also when London was the most kind of eventful because they had Love Island, which was a huge thing. Also,
I was addicted to Love Island.
All addicted to it. But then we also had the World Cup. And I think that was a lot of fun for them. Everyone was like, it's coming home until it wasn't.
No, I got to throw in a vote for Prague, though. I love Prague. It's such a historic city, and I think it's beautiful on film. I mean, everywhere we went in Europe, it was such an amazing time.
From Venice.
You talked about London. Tom obviously is from London. Was he a good host?
You know what? He was. When he wasn't busy being Spider-Man and had the time to be a host, he was great. And,
He took us out. He showed us around.
He showed us around. But then again, we also showed him around some spots we knew that he didn't know.
There you go.
Oh.
At you, Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Also, I have to say, your two characters are like the most popular guys at Midtown High. What is the key to like being a really popular guy?
If I have to go based on my character, I think it's being a dick.
Well, yeah, he could be not nice at times.
Not nice. But I love that your character is the nicest character in the world.
Brad's just a nice guy. He's just a nice guy, you know. He wants to just like, yeah.
By the way, my favorite thing of this movie is how Brad is kind of not obsessed, but is somewhat in love with Flash and wants to be his friend, and Flash is just like, no, absolutely not. I will not be friends with you.
So it's just like high school, basically.
It's just like high school, yeah.
There we have it. Well, you guys have a whole big night ahead of you, so we can't keep you all night, although I would, because you are the most popular. Yes. You guys enjoy, and welcome to the Marvel Universe.
Shout out to the fans, everyone watching. Shout out back home in Australia.
Wait, that's made up, though. It's not a real place. It's like it's populated by actors.
That's the thing that we like to keep up. All right, bro.
Say hi to the Hemsworths when you're out.
Thank you.
All right, there we go. I mean, gotta love it.
They work great on film. They're great in real life as well, right?
Oh, I know. What a delight. And honestly, I can't wait for everyone to see the film because they are so excellent. And I mean, come on. Flash Thompson in Spider-Man Homecoming, you guys remember giving him the hardest time ever.
Yes.
So funny, so delightful.
Especially the house party, which gave me horrible flashbacks to my youth, going, oh no, not the house party, anything but the house party.
Oh my gosh, I think about Ned putting on his power hat in Spider-Man Homecoming, and he's like, the hat's not making me as powerful as I hoped it would.
Right.
Speaking actually of Ned, Jacob Batalon is here. What's up? Hey, hi.
Hello, good.
Over the carpet.
Thank you so much for having me. Wait. You guys organized this whole thing, didn't you?
It's us. Well, yeah, me and LZ did this.
Just a celebration of you. Where's your power hat?
Oh my God, you can't. I mean, that's in a secret place. I can't tell you where that's at.
Oh
my goodness. You know, that's
just trying to borrow it.
Oh, okay. I mean, you don't need it. You got confidence enough. I feel.
Yeah. You know, so Ned, he relied on the power hat. Yeah. He wanted to be like the man in the van with the plan, right? How is he doing in Spider-Man Far From Home? Is he still a man with a plan in a van?
I mean, like, definitely not in a van because, you know, he can't really drive in Europe. But he got another thing going right now. You know, he has like a little relationship thing. And, you know, he's trying to balance that with being the guy in the chair. So, you know, it's kind of funny that way. But, you know, it's interesting.
All right, he's growing up. He's got new experience.
Like, he has other things on his mind, but he still wants to be the sidekick, so.
You and Tom have such fantastic chemistry on screen.
Please.
How much of that is written and how much of that is impromptu?
All of that is really just like me and him hating each other. We actually just want to do a good job so we don't have to see each other.
Terrible feud.
Oh my goodness. Just, you guys know it now. We don't actually like each other. Sorry to break everyone's hearts.
Womp, womp, womp. Spoiler alert, dude.
Oh, dude.
The poor internet. You also get to do some really awesome scenes with Angourie.
Yeah, she's so sweet. She's amazing, really. Such a pleasure.
Yeah, what was your favorite moment of getting to shoot together? No spoilers.
Yeah. Well, I think it was like just like working with her overall because she was so like, she's genuinely just so sweet and innocent and like shy and everything. And I feel like we kind of got out of her shell as well. So really just like growing with her as a person was really amazing.
We're going to ask everyone that comes on the stage this question, so you get to be another guinea pig.
Go ahead.
Favorite city to shoot in for this film?
Oh, my goodness. Prague was probably the wildest place I've ever been to. But, like, London, we made so many memories there, and Venice is just, like, beautiful. You know, like, it's hard. It's a really tough one. Yeah.
So everything is your favorite?
I can't pick one. I'm sorry. I just wasted your time on that question.
It's quite all right.
It's okay. We'll
learned
forgive
something
you.
about you.
Please go enjoy this party that we threw personally for you.
Man, I can't believe you went through all this trouble, all these people. I didn't even know one person could know all these people. That's insane.
Yeah, the caviar is right in the sun. Just dip right in.
Oh, that was you who planned that part, right? Darn. All right.
Enjoy the night and congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Cheers. What a delight. I mean, obviously Ned is hilarious because Jacob is hilarious.
Absolutely. Comedic timing is everything. And as I said, their chemistry is fantastic. Speaking of chemistry.
Here's a gentleman. Welcome. Hi, we're talking to the Marvel fans live right now. Numan Acar.
Dimitri,
yes. You play
That's
Dimitri.
right, yes.
That is you.
That is you.
You are quite an imposing figure. You get to work with Nick Fury, aka you got to work with Samuel L. Jackson a lot. Did he give you like tough lessons, or were you just naturally already like pretty tough?
You know, I was just watching and learning. You know, like when you work with Samuel L. Jackson, he's a legend, and I was just like, okay, watch and save every second. And it was amazing to share the screen with him. And I'm very surprised what they did out of the footage we shoot.
Amazing.
How much of the story had you known of Spider-Man before shooting this film?
Zero.
Really?
You know, I mean, I knew, okay, it's Spider-Man, so somehow somebody's threatened the world and someone has to save it, so it must be Spider-Man. So I could imagine that, but I went to London for the shootings, and I was like, I know nothing about my character. I have no information. So how are you preparing?
That's a Marvel movie.
That's a Marvel movie.
It is, yes. Yeah, I figured that later out. So that it's not, it's not about to know something before. It's about to be there in time and to have a good intuition.
I love it. Good intuition is so important. We would love to keep you all night, but it's a big party and you've got lots of people to talk to. So thank you for talking with us tonight.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Cheers. Oh my gosh, I have to say, obviously Dimitri is a new character to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yes. I can't wait for you guys to see him in action.
Absolutely, and I mean, he speaks about Samuel L. Jackson the way that almost every actor I've ever spoken to speaks about Samuel L. Jackson. What an icon, what a legend, and his character, Nick Fury, is just as pertinent to the MCU as any character that we have.
I mean, we wouldn't have the Avengers Initiative if we did not have Nick Fury. And if you think about it, Nick Fury is in a rebuilding phase right now because he built up the Avengers, and now the Avengers aren't really super available right now.
Which, you know, he's a leader. And what do leaders do? They think on the fly, hence the film.
That's right. Well, we should check in down at the other end of the carpet because I hear that there's a whole lot of party going on. Let's see what's going on.
It's always a party here on our end of the carpet, and thinking on the fly is the perfect phrase for a live stream because you never know what's going to happen, who's going to show up.
Or where you're going to be. Like, what I love about this and this conversation about London and Prague and Berlin is this amazing trip and amazing journey that we're going on with Peter and his hero's journey.
Absolutely. We get to see Peter in new locations, in new places, and that's something that the fans are so excited about.
Yep.
Ryan Panagos, Agent M, actually got to talk to some fans a little bit earlier to see who knows the most about our Spider-Man.
Let's check it out.
Thank you so much. I am here with a Spidey squad on the red carpet. So we're going to do a little trivia presented by Audi. You guys ready for this? Yeah. Okay, so whomever thinks they have the correct answer, give me a thwip. And the first one to say it will get to answer. All right, first question. What New York neighborhood did Spider-Man grow up in?
Queens.
Correct. Very well. Okay, you guys, all right. 1-0, it's okay. In the beginning of the film Spider-Man Homecoming, when Spider-Man stops a bank robbery, the criminals are wearing Avengers masks. Now, can you name 2 of the 4 Avengers who were represented? Okay, Spidey.
Hulk and Thor.
Hulk and Thor is correct. We've also got Iron Man and Captain America tying this up 1-1. Okay, in Spider-Man Homecoming, Peter Parker crashes which classmate's car?
Flash.
Flash Thompson, that's correct. 2-1. Okay, so can you name the brand and/or model of the car?
Audi.
Audi! Yes, that's correct. It's an Audi TTS Roadster. Okay, so we are, tied up now? Tied up 2-2. In Spider-Man Homecoming, Peter Parker's class goes on a trip. Which city do they visit?
DC.
Correct, Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. I don't like those 2 letters together without Washington. Anyway, follow-up question. Which monument in that city does Peter Parker climb to save his... Ooh.
The Washington, D.C. monument.
Good enough. Correct. So what's the name of Spider-Man's foe in Spider-Man Homecoming?
The Vulture.
That's correct. I feel like we're tied up, right? This is close. I don't know. You guys are both doing great. So final question. Marisa Tomei plays which iconic Spider-Man relative?
Aunt May.
Correct. You guys are amazing, though. Thank you so much. Thank you to the Spidey Squad. Presented by Audi. This was wonderful trivia. Back to you guys.
Look at all of that, I mean, I'm very impressed with how much people know about the Marvel Universe. The fans are incredible.
Yeah, especially when you talked about the criminals and which masks they were using. I was like going, which masks were there? They just rolled right off their tongue.
Yeah, I know. And right now, if you guys can hear screaming, it's because Cobie Smulders, AKA our one and only Maria Hill, just walked up looking divine. So, of course, the fans are gonna lose it. And arrivals are very exciting right now, to be honest.
Especially watching not just the fans cheer, but the response of the actors with the fans cheering, the way they go to them and acknowledge them and saying, yes, I love this character just as much as you two. It's a beautiful symbiotic relationship between fan and actor.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, there is so much going on right now. It's a hubbub about the carpet. I see Martin Starr off to the side. There are so many people that are coming down the way, and so many people are waiting just to get their signature from the star they love the most. And I bet Tom Holland's going to be a hot topic of the evening, a good signature to get. And I mean, luckily we have our own Spider-Man. He's 80 feet long, 26 feet high, and 32 feet across. He takes up the whole middle span of Hollywood Boulevard right now. He's the size of essentially a Macy's Day Parade float.
Yes, it's the exact same size of the float that flows down the parade. And oh, by the way, my favorite stat on it, it took 7 weeks to make. 7 weeks.
That's right, because they had to design it, digitally print it, sew it together. Oh, hello.
Wow.
Hello, Martin
Speaking of
Starr is here. Hi, we're
digitally
live right
printed.
now with Marvel fans.
Oh, great.
Look at that
Hello, Marvel
suit.
fans. Thank you.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Look at that jacket. That is intense.
Thank you.
I like it. You got blue and red in there.
Well, it was,
Wearing a red dress, you guys are on point.
We're bringing the sparkle. I'm concerned about Mr. Harrington because he is so sincere. I feel like we saw in Spider-Man Homecoming, he lost somebody once.
He's a nice guy. He means well.
How's he doing? Is he feeling okay after Endgame?
He's in therapy, but it's fine. He's going to work through it. He's got some issues.
Well, in Endgame, Captain America was in therapy, so I guess it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody needs a little therapy. That's my personal take.
Okay.
That's me.
I'm on board with that.
Great.
I think we all need what we need.
There we go.
Favorite city that you were shooting in?
Well, we spent most of our time in London, and that was great. I've never spent that much time in London, and it was great to be able to explore that city.
Your favorite thing that you saw when you were sightseeing?
I don't know. We didn't have. Honestly, I just ate so much good food in London. That was the biggest highlight for me. I enjoy a good meal.
Well, hey, that's the best part of traveling around the world is getting to eat around the world.
Yeah. Like a buffet.
Yeah.
You gotta pay a pretty penny for it. Pounds are a bit more expensive than you expect.
Still?
Is that a food comment or is that a money comment?
Oh, both.
Great. Got it.
I like how you're on it.
I'm on it.
You're quick. I appreciate it.
Also, you got to have a new partner in crime a little bit with JB Smoove. Is he a Smoove operator? I'm so sorry. I had to.
You had to.
So sorry.
We discussed it earlier.
He's great. I really love working with him. He's really fun. Jon Watts gives us a lot of freedom to improvise, and he was really fun to play with, and we had a lot of fun together.
Any moments in which you couldn't go on because he was just too funny?
We definitely cracked each other up from time to time, but I don't know. I grew up doing this, so you try to keep your composure as best you can, and everyone else is so professional. It makes you, puts the pressure on.
He's a pro. That's it. The answer is...
Oh, I'm a pro? Okay. Cool. Yeah. No, yeah. Stick with that. Yeah.
Well, we would love to keep you all night, but there are people screaming, and you have to go all the way down the carpet. So enjoy the film tonight, and congrats.
Thank you. So nice to meet you guys.
Enjoy the night.
And good to see all of you. I'm seeing you while you're seeing me. That's what you don't know.
That's why you got to cover up your little computer camera, because Martin's watching. He's on to you. He knows what's up. What a pro.
What a pro. I'm serious. Did you see the detail in that suit?
Oh my God. I mean,
that was absolutely
gorgeous.
amazing.
It always is so fun to see what everyone is wearing. Oh, and if you guys hear people losing their minds right now, that's because Nick Fury, AKA Samuel L. Jackson, just arrived here on the carpet, looking great in a purple hat, always rocking a new hat, loving the purple. He always brings it. And We have someone here right now, Cobie Smulders. Hello, beautiful.
Good to see you again.
It's very great to see you as well.
You look very nice.
You look absolutely amazing.
You brought it to Hollywood.
Yeah, we are really in the middle of Hollywood.
Really fun. Yeah. All this web and stuff, all this Spider-Man stuff.
We've got our own Macy's Day Parade going on right here. But
yeah, exactly.
I want to talk about Maria Hill's journey because from the MCU, we've gotten such interesting little snippets of her career and where she's been going.
Yes.
How does she feel to be back with Fury?
I mean, I think that any day with Fury is a good day. It is this like odd coupling that I've enjoyed so much being a part of. And especially in this film, we get to see behind the scenes into their lives a little bit, which is really cool. Because in the big ones where there's multiple superheroes, there's just not space or time for that. So you get to kind of see what goes on when they're like following leads and like interviewing people and getting into interrogations and finding the truth. So it's exciting. We got to kind of play with that a little bit in this, which is good.
I'm just asking personally for the fans to put together a cut of all the Maria Hill scenes so I can just watch your journey.
Okay.
Please.
Invite me over?
Yeah, come over.
Popcorn? Yeah, I mean, it's such a treat for me to do this. And I get to be the audience member in these movies sometimes too, where you get to be in a scene where they're all debating, and because I don't have superpowers, I just go, well, I don't know, guys. I get to just sort of silently work behind the scenes. So it's been an amazing experience.
Well, I would say strength and determination and intelligence is a superpower in this world.
Thank you. Yes, we need to see more of that in this world.
Yes,
I
we
agree,
do.
yes.
Now, I have to ask you a question.
Yes.
The instructions were no cameras on set.
Uh-huh.
And yet, I'm looking at social media, and it seems as if everyone on set broke that rule. Did you break the rule when shooting in Endgame?
No, I follow rules. I didn't. In fact, I sent a video to my daughters, because like when I'm traveling and I'm working, I send them videos throughout the day. And I was like, this just feels weird.
You're like, honeys, this is redacted.
Guys, no spoilers. Don't tell anyone what my hair looks like in this. Like, what are they gonna get? But I mean, everybody lives with their cell phone. Nobody's locking away their cell phone. Yeah. Some are more emboldened than others. You know, I was like, I'm not messing this up. I'm just gonna be cool.
Nope.
Let's just be cool.
Yeah, Thanos demanded our silence.
Yes. I listen. Yeah.
Now, I want to keep you here all night, but we're not allowed to because...
No, I have to go see this movie. I really want to see it.
You haven't seen it yet.
No. I'm seeing it for the first time. So
that's fantastic.
No spoilers, but small spoiler, it's awesome.
Oh, you've seen
I've
it?
seen it.
That's
so
exciting.
Enjoy.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Oh, good. Yeah, I think it's going to be really fun. Really funny.
Yeah, it is. It is. All right, we have our ladies on the other side of the carpet, so let's check in with them.
Hey everyone, we are here with Ken Marino and family. Introduce yourselves, please.
I'm Ruby. I'm May. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Ken.
Thank you so much for stopping by our Spider-Man Far From Home carpet. What are you excited to see tonight?
Who are we excited to see?
Zendaya!
Yeah, we're excited to see Zendaya.
Absolutely.
And Todd. Of course, Todd. And Samuel L. Jackson.
I mean, there seems to be love for the entire cast here tonight. Yes. And that's what I love about Spider-Man is that it is like a family film, but also full of heart. Is there something for you that you feel is one of your favorite Spider-Man moments in the MCU?
Oh, I mean, it's a sad moment. So I'm not, but it's the Spider-Man when at the end of the Endgame, just the connection between Iron Man and Spider-Man is so beautiful, and so to see where that leads, what responsibility Spider-Man has to take on now because Iron Man is no longer with us.
Spoiler alert!
Oh, sorry, honey. You didn't see it. No, I'm sorry. I was just kidding. Separately, all of our outfits are made of spider thread.
Oh. And how much time did you spend weaving these?
Millions of years.
You have a future as a costume designer. And so you're excited to be here tonight. You're excited to see Spider-Man and it's Far From Home. And in this movie, Spider-Man and his friends get to travel. They go to London, they go to Prague, they go to Venice. Where would you guys like to go visit if you could?
I want to go to Paris. I want to go to Italy. I want to go to France.
I would also like to go to Italy and France and Paris. So.
All right, we've just done their family trip planning. Now we're going to see what's happening on the other end of the carpet.
Well, you know that Jon Watts just pulled up in a gorgeous Audi Q7 with Spider-Man partying on the top, just really bringing it home as he does. Oh, Samuel L.
Speaking of the
Jackson
party,
is here.
Here's
This
the
is
life
the
of the
official
party.
We can start
absolutely.
now.
There's a party? Where? What's that? Where's the music?
Oh, can you hear it? It's going a little bit, a little bit.
Ah,
You know, in a very
it's
royalty
in your
safe
head.
way.
You want me to come in there?
Yeah. Let's talk about poor Nick Fury, because he's been through it. I'm concerned about him.
Poor Nick Fury. What are you talking about?
You've been through a lot.
He's been gone for 5 years. How does he feel about that?
A little confused, a little angry, a little grumpy.
Well, that's kind of Nick Fury, though, right?
Kind of Nick Fury, yeah. But, he doesn't feel as smart as he normally feels. That's not a good thing.
Yeah, somebody got one over on him.
Yeah, well, like he says, I used to know everything, now I know nothing.
So this is the first time in which you get to be in an MCU film and there's no Robert Downey Jr. to bounce off of. Was that weird?
Who?
What? Oh,
so,
all right.
so quickly forgotten.
Is it the first time this happened? No.
Well, there was Marvel Studios, Captain Marvel.
I was at the beginning of, let me see, Captain America. No Robert Downey Jr.
No Robert Downey Jr. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he was the first person that I encountered in the Marvel universe. Let's put it that way.
So Nick has moved
He
on.
will be missed. Yeah, terrifically.
Now, Nick is in a rebuilding phase because the Avengers are a little disassembled right now.
Mm-hmm.
How is he feeling about having to rely on a 16-year-old?
Not so much. Yeah, and I mean, not only that, the 16-year-old's kind of ghosting him, which is totally not cool with him. So it's kind of crazy.
It is going to be fun to watch one generation try to interact with a superhero of a totally different generation. I mean, in some ways, Captain America was of your generation, right?
Yeah. Or a little before it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I'm a
also...
millennial to him.
That's true. That's true. You also got to welcome Jake Gyllenhaal into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What was it like getting to work together?
It's always a good introduction when your first encounter with someone is when you have a gun on them. So you kind of have them at your power, and you get to figure out if you want to be nice to them or not. Yeah. So it's fun doing that. But I've known Jake for a while, and he's the perfect kind of guy to come in. We lose our orator when we lose Downey. So now we get a new one. We get an actor who can do speeches that are meaningful, and people will love him for that.
Speaking of love, everyone loved Captain Marvel, but one of the coolest things was seeing a young Nick Fury throughout the course of the film. What did you think of seeing a younger you up on the big screen?
It just reminded me of some films I'd done when I was younger, and it's like, oh, I used to look like that when I was in like Negotiator, or that's me, yeah.
There you go. Well, now you get to work with a very young cast.
They're good people. They're good kids.
Have you taken on a mentor role with the new? No.
No, I didn't see them that much. I only saw Tom. I encountered him occasionally, but mostly I was with Tom. He's such a great kid, and he's so enthusiastic. He's so perfect in terms of his personality, his energy, what he brings to the role, his embodiment of everybody who seems to be that age, and his desire to remain a kid and not have to grow up really quickly and take on the responsibilities of saving the world.
Yeah, with great power, they say.
Yeah, comes
that other thing. Yes.
Everybody likes responsibility.
Well, we would love to keep you here with us all night, but you have to go talk to many more people. So,
I do?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the gig.
Oh, that's a long carpet. Look at this.
I know that you have a whole Macy's Day float basically behind you, 80 feet long. So say hi to Spider-Man for
We'll
us.
have some fun. Maybe I can get people to mistake JB Smoove for me.
I don't think anyone can ever mistake anyone else for you. How many Kangos do you own,
They
by
have
the way?
the opportunity. Believe me.
How many Kangos do you own, by the way? You seem to have 1,000.
100.
I believe it.
And this was mine, see? This was actually, see that?
Oh, it's monogrammed. There we have it.
That's my line.
That is fantastic.
All right. Enjoy the evening.
Well, I will try.
Stay out of trouble.
Thank you so much. Thank
look
you.
great.
Thank you.
You too.
What's the music playing in your head? I missed it.
It's just the Spider-Man theme over and over again.
No!
It's the only one I know. It's. I'll see you later. He is such a blast, and I mean, such a force on
Such a
screen.
legend.
I know. Well, when you see Nick Fury enter any scene, you're like, it's about to get real right now.
Yes.
He brings honesty, he brings gravitas, and he is an ultimate teller of truth here. Oh, and director Jon Watts just rolled up. Hello, sir. Hi. It's great. We're talking live to all the Marvel fans.
Fans, what's up?
I gotta ask first off, why did you wanna? He had a homecoming. Now he is far from home. Why did you want to send him far from home?
I mean, the title has like a lot of different interpretations. Like, not only is he like literally far from home by being on this European trip, but after the crazy events of Endgame, like I don't think Peter Parker has ever felt more separated from who he is, and he's trying to find himself, and you know, it's hopefully also, you know, we got to think of a third home name. I don't know, home
plate,
home run. I don't know.
Yeah, there we go. He's gonna get on a baseball team. I'm not gonna pitch anything for the future of the MCU, but I like it.
He joins the Mets.
There's nothing more Spider-Man than that, I think.
Sure, he's a Mets fan for sure.
This film is different only in the sense that you have your protagonist going through a great loss at the very beginning. Right? He has to deal with losing his mentor. How was that navigating the film while still keeping the comedic touch that we love from the first?
I mean, it was really tricky when the Russos told me what they were doing in Infinity War and Endgame. I was like, oh, okay, great. So, okay. Wait, so Iron Man is dead and everyone has disappeared in the world and then come back, and so I have to balance that with also like the fun tone that we had established in Homecoming. I mean, it was definitely a challenge, but hopefully we found something really unique as a result of that.
Well, I love the story, and your films are so funny. What was it like getting to work with your writers, with Eric and Chris?
I mean, it's a crazy experience because you don't have a lot of time, but I love those guys, and we spent so much time in a windowless room in Marvel just trying to crack this story, and it was never not fun, and they've done an amazing job.
Favorite city to shoot in?
Favorite city to shoot? It's hard to say, because if you say one city, then you offend the other cities, but there is something particularly special about shooting in Venice. I mean, it's such a magical place, and it's Mr. Dell, not Bell. Sorry, they're showing me a thing that says JB Smoove's character, and I'm correcting it off screen. I'm sorry.
Once a director, always a director. You can't stop.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You're allowed. You are the director. You also got to bring in one of the most iconic Marvel characters, Mysterio. So excited to see him on screen. Why was he the right foil to bring in now?
That fishbowl, man. We got to get that fishbowl on screen.
I love a man with a fishbowl head.
Yeah.
He's a pescatarian, obviously. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be able to bring Mysterio into this world and to do it as a hero, I thought could be a really interesting take on this like iconic Spider-Man character. And Peter is suffering from this huge loss, and Mysterio shows up as a result of the fallout from Endgame and is teaming up with Peter and Nick Fury, and it creates this really unique relationship that we haven't seen Peter Parker in before, where he has a friend that he can talk to about superhero stuff.
Well, I can't wait to watch them talk about superhero stuff. We'd love to keep you all night, but we have to send you down the carpet. Thank you so much.
Mr. Bell.
Mr. Bell.
Mr. Dell.
Mr. Dell. There he is. Thank you so much for talking
Thank you, guys.
with us.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
There we go. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for more Mysterio.
Absolutely. And I love the fact that Tony Stark's death was sprung on him. They said, good luck.
I know. Uh-oh. Trouble has arrived. I can tell.
Trouble has arrived, totally, man. This is like bananas right now. We out here, as you see, as the Spider-Man far from home. If you're far from home, get home and go see Far From Home on July 2nd. It is amazing right now. What's going on, everybody?
We're hanging out.
Wait, look at
that
you.
Jacket. No, it's not even a jacket. That's a shacket.
A shacket?
A shacket.
What is a shacket?
Just the confidence, the glitter, the finesse of it. It's aggressive. It's amazing.
You're amazing. Also, I gotta say, Mr. Dell is great.
Mr. Dell. Yeah, Mr. Dell's in the building. You know, when I first got the call to be in this movie, I was hoping they would let some kind of insect bite me, some radioactive insect bite me, and maybe I'll be like a super termite or something like that. But, you know, once I got into the Mr. Dell shell, I felt right at home. You know what I mean? I'm a caring person on this trip with these young teens, and it's amazing, man, to be a part of the Marvel Universe, man.
How much space they give you to just be you and improv during the course of this film?
You know what? I can't imagine any director with like Jon, my guy Jon. He's just here a little while ago. He's amazing, man. You got to give me a little rope, man. Let me just do my thing, you know. Let me take the character on. And the blessing was they allowed us to make the character our own, which is a blessing, I guess. You know, I've been doing this 30 years, man. So I'm happy that I get the phone call to come in and do what I do, man. You know, some guys are passers, some guys are shooters, man. I do everything, man. I'm the Rodman. I'm like Rodman, man. I rebound. I do it all, man.
Well, the Lakers are in the market for players, so.
If the Lakers are trying to find somebody over 50, you come off that bench for 30 seconds at a time. All I need is 30 seconds to cause a little chaos. That's all I need right there. Lakers called me, man. Matter of fact, I'm a Knicks fan, so Knicks called me. I hung out with RJ the other night. The guy's a great guy, great young player. Hey, call me, Knicks. Over 50 league, put me in the game. 30 seconds at a time. That's all I need.
Yeah, we'll hopefully see that at least in the next Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, we smacked it. But it was great, and it's good to be here, man. You guys are amazing as always, man.
Thank you so much for talking with us. We would love to keep you here with us all night looking at your beautiful suit, but we have to let you go and talk to everybody else because you look fabulous.
And
I'll be down
smooth.
that carpet somewhere.
Okay.
Hey, you look great too, man. I appreciate y'all. You look beautiful tonight too.
Thank you. Have a wonderful time.
Enjoy.
Congrats.
Yes.
I love it. What a character. So
Absolutely.
fun.
When I saw he was cast, I was just prepared to laugh all night long. Speaking of laughter, I think we have our dynamic duo at the other end, no?
We sure do. We have our ladies, Tamara and Angelique.
Hi.
Are you taking a selfie right now? What's going on?
no.
What are you doing?
Maybe.
Kind of.
Well, you guys are cracking up on that end of the carpet. We are Snapchatting it up over here with this amazing new lens.
Oh, I'm
specifically
so
for
excited
Spider-Man
about this.
Far From Home.
I'm gonna need my 2 hands for this because Spidey is just that quick. Whip it around.
So this is going to come out on July 2nd when the movie is released, and it allows you to travel with Spider-Man and put yourself in pictures all around the world. Our Venice, Italy picture just popped up.
Where are we
There's
at
a
now?
Berlin location.
There's a
London.
We're in London.
We're in London.
Oh, I love it. Oh, and in Berlin.
Berlin.
I love it. And the great thing about this lens is that everyone around the world, which is quite appropriate, is going to be able to use this lens July 2nd. And and then you get to save it, share with your friends.
Absolutely. So you guys can play with it later. What you doing now?
Hey, look at who we found. MJ herself, Zendaya. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh my gosh.
Fantastic, very good.
Good. We're having a blast, and I have to say, MJ is just such a lovable character. She's so quirky. She's such like an existentialist in her heart. What is it that attracted you to her?
I don't know. I mean, I think just the fact that Jon, our director, wanted to kind of, I don't know, just do his own version of the character, still play tribute to the original MJ, but kind of, I don't know, do our own version of what I think the Marvel Cinematic Universe's version of MJ is. And we just kind of got to have fun, really. I literally showed up one day and he gave me all these different references as to how he wanted the character to be, and one of them was like Daria. He was like, you know Daria? I was like, yeah, like the cartoon? He was like, yeah, like Daria. And I was like, all right, word, I can do that, you know? But we've had so much fun, and I think just kind of breaking her shell and learning a little bit more about her in this film has been really nice.
How much of MJ is like yourself?
You know, surprisingly quite a lot. Maybe our personalities are a little different because I know how to like interact with people a little better. But yeah, I still think we connect on the awkwardness. I think I'm still also trying to figure out how to talk to people that I like, so I can relate to her on that. But also, I just think our want to just kind of, I don't know, be alone. I guess. To be honest, is that sad to say? But
listen, introverts like to be alone.
You know, the introvertness, I can definitely Yeah, I'm working on it though. I'm working on it.
Now you also got to do scenes, of course, with Jacob and Tom, who are amazing. But you have now also Remy Hii, who's playing Brad. What was it like getting to add him to the mix of your characters?
He was great. He was so great. I mean, I think we all just kind of, it's such a warm environment on our set, and which I'm very lucky for, because you would think with a movie this big there would be a lot of egos and whatever, but there totally isn't. Everybody's so wonderful, and we love bringing in new people to work with, and Remy was a great addition, and I think made a great kind of weird triangle thing that I think everybody will enjoy.
I like a weird triangle thing.
Yeah. Which I don't think my character reciprocates, but you know.
Which is why we love her.
Yeah, which is why we love her. She's very honest.
You have the opportunity to shoot at a lot of different cities. Which city can you not wait to go back to just on your own to hang out?
Oh, that's a good question. They're all so beautiful. I would like to experience more time in Venice because I spent, it was beautiful, but I feel like I needed to explore more, you know? So next time.
Now, we got to see, in Homecoming, you were kind of aside from like the Washington Monument when that all went down, but were you able to get in a little more action this time? How much rubble are you running from?
Yeah, I was able to actually do a little bit more this time, which I'm very excited about. But I mean, it was just, it's been a blast. I don't really get to do the crazy stuff. We leave that stuff to Tom, but we had a couple things that we got to do. One thing together and then one thing not together. And I got to do that with Jacob and Angourie and Tony, and that was really fun, and Mr. Jon Favreau. So I can't talk too much about it.
No, and we don't want you to.
See, but yeah, that was a fun day.
You guys wait for it.
A fun few days.
Well, there you have it. We would love to keep you here with us all night, but we're not allowed to. We have to let you talk to other people.
You too.
It's so hard to do these things. I don't know how you guys are doing because there's like so much going on and there's music and I want to dance.
You want to dance with it? Don't be scared. Go ahead.
So,
That's what we do.
Thank you.
Good job to you, and congratulations. You're hilarious.
So much. Have a great night.
You too. Cheers.
Such a delight.
Such a delight, and MJ is just such a great character. I love how much she has grown, and they're all growing up. That's something that we forget about, but they're teens in high school, and their characters are growing up just like they're growing up.
Right, which again is one of the reasons why this character in particular and this storyline just resonates decade after decade after decade, because we all know Peter Parker, we all know MJ. Sometimes we are those people, and it's just help us connect to the stories.
I mean, face it, Tiger. You sometimes feel like that. That's not the quote.
That's not the.
That's
no.
That's not the quote. But Tamara, Angelique, how are you ladies doing down on the other side of the carpet?
We are absolutely excited. MJ, obviously one of my favorite characters, loves Zendaya, but I hear there are a couple more people who are just arriving.
That's right. One of the new faces for the MCU, Jake Gyllenhaal, is arriving here on the carpet. He plays Mysterio. It's so exciting to see this iconic character brought into the MCU, and his costume is amazing.
Yeah, and absolutely, and it's one of those things like true Marvel fans who love Mysterio are just going to literally lose it, because I know I did seeing it on screen.
Absolutely. Ryan Meinerding went through a bunch of different iterations of what this costume should look like, pulling from a bunch of different eras of Mysterio in the comics. And a final result is just incredible. It also sort of harkens back to a couple of the other superheroes. There was definitely influences from Thor's costume, from Iron Man's costume, so it's going to look amazing on screen.
Absolutely.
Okay, now we're going to see what's happening at your end of the carpet.
Well, look at who I found. I found somebody who's very good on camera as Betty Brant, because she is the news lady about town, Angourie Rice. I have to ask, what is the key to being really good at reading school news?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I guess just smile a lot.
It's working.
Thank you.
So obviously, this is a big moment. Everyone's focusing on Spider-Man, but so many of the female characters in this film are very strong as well. Yours is just as strong as any other character.
Thanks.
What is it like being part of not just a universe that's powerful, but a universe that speaks to women as well?
It's incredible being part of the Marvel Universe. I mean, they have so much in it. Everything is so detailed and well planned, and I just feel lucky that I get to be here tonight, walking the carpet with some amazingly creative, talented people.
Well, speaking of amazingly talented people, you have some fabulous scenes with Jacob Batalon, who plays Ned. What was it like getting to play together, and did you improvise at all?
I love working with Jacob. He's the best. He is the sweetest, kindest person, and he's incredibly talented. He's funny and charming on screen, and yeah, doing scenes with him was amazing. And it was great because we knew that we could just play off each other and make stuff up, and it was fantastic.
I love it.
Was the chemistry right away, or did you guys spend some time away to kind of build it?
Yeah, I mean, we all hung out outside of filming, and it was great to get to know him. And we did another film as well together, as well as the first Spider-Man. So it was great to get to know him kind of in between as well on that other film.
So what was your favorite city that you got to shoot in?
Definitely Venice. I loved the sunshine, I loved the water, and we were staying in a beautiful hotel.
I thought you were going to say the UK because you're wearing strawberries.
Oh, yes. Well, I did love London. I mean, I loved all the cities. But, yeah.
Is London the home of strawberries? Is
Well,
this something I don't
Wimbledon,
know?
strawberries and cream is a big
okay.
thing,
There
yada,
we
yada,
go.
yada.
There we go. So you got to work with Jon Watts. Yeah. What was it like getting to work with him the second time?
It's great. You know, the great thing about doing a sequel is that it's like a family back together again. You get to work with the same people, and it's so nice that you have that level of comfort as well. So it was fantastic. And he's an amazing director, and I'm so glad that we got to work together again.
Favorite moments off camera interacting with the other actors?
Favorite moments off camera?
Spill the tea. What are the secrets?
There are so many. I mean, as soon as you ask me that, I forget everything. But like, we just had the best time just hanging out, mucking around. We were in some beautiful locations. And so, yeah, we did a bit of touristing in Venice, which was amazing. And I loved doing that.
I love it too. I'm very, very jealous. Do you, when you travel around, do you pick up tchotchkes? And if so, what? Because I'm a spoon, like, you know those little weird spoons? Yeah. Love a little weird spoon.
I collect postcards, and I send them home both to myself so that I can have them as keepsakes, and also to friends. So that's my thing, is postcards.
You're a good friend.
So we have a question here from Twitter.
Yeah?
Have you ever laughed so much in a scene that you had to record it again?
Yes, all the time. With Jacob especially, because he's so funny, but usually he laughs a lot too, so we just like giggle and giggle and giggle. Yeah.
Do you have that thing where when you look at each other and you're like, oh no, you're gonna break, I'm gonna break, you break?
Yeah, it's that thing where like, oh, are we going to? And sometimes we keep it together, but sometimes we don't.
It's hard.
We're the same way.
Yeah.
Yes.
This troublemaker here. Well, we would love to keep you here all night long, but we're not allowed to. We have to let you go party. Enjoy it. Have a wonderful time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
Thank you. Enjoy the night.
Oh my gosh. Just like what a fun time it must be to be one of those young actors getting to travel all over the world together and just hang out.
You know, I have an idea for our bosses if they're listening.
Oh, what's that?
Maybe we should travel all around the world doing live streams.
Yeah, okay, I like that.
You like that idea?
I like that, but I hear there's something else happening here on the carpet, so we should go check in.
We are here with Sharon Blynn, who we got to see in Captain Marvel, playing a crucial role. What's it like to be back here at a Marvel premiere for you?
It's extremely exciting. It's one of the most thrilling things. I'm a Marvel fan, so as a fan and as an actor, it's just all amazing.
Well, as a fan, and we know the most important thing in the Marvel Universe are the fans. What are you most excited about seeing Spider-Man back on the big screen tonight?
Oh my gosh, well, the new suit. What? The whole Iron Man vibe suit. I'm really excited about that. And just all the new characters that are coming in that we haven't quite seen the new vibe yet. So I'm just excited to see what the story and how the story unfolds.
That's right. We get Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. We have a Mysterio statue right down on the carpet from us. So lots of new exciting things to see. We also see them get to go to new locations. So London, Berlin. So we've been playing a little game. So we call it Eat, Romance, Action. Yep. So which city out of the ones they visit would you want to eat in? Which city would you want to have your action scene in? And where would you want romance?
So it's Berlin. Prague, London,
Venice. Oh my God. Okay, if Venice food.
See,
Berlin, I would take romance because that's kind of got some adventure thing going. So eat, romance. What's the third one?
Where'd you want your action scene to be?
Oh, Prague.
Okay.
Yeah, lots
These
of
are
twisty roads and stuff. Yeah.
Solid answers.
Yeah.
All solid answers.
Absolutely go wrong though, right? Because you're traveling. So.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by to talk to the Marvel fans. Have a wonderful time tonight.
Enjoy. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Now, let's see what's going on the rest of the carpet.
Oh, you know, we're just partying. We're just
partying a little
hanging
bit.
out.
Though I love that question.
Yeah.
Which city would you like to eat in? Which city would you like to explore?
Yeah.
And which city would you like to have a little romance?
You know, Martin Starr said it best when you're eating around the world, that's the best.
That's the best.
That is the greatest thing. And I have to say that there is so much going on the carpet tonight. It is wild. I don't know if you can hear it, but like music is bumping.
Yes.
People are screaming. It's electric. There are stars everywhere. And I love that we get to see stars from across the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And our friends/fans are friends, I guess, because they're friends of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but they're also fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Well, I love watching some of the actors interact with the Spider-Man that's behind us. We've seen a couple actors playing with the spider web that's behind us that's actually touching the stage. I mean, they're like big kids as well, which is so good to see because you know the characters mean just as much to them as it does to the rest of us.
Well, I mean, I know when I was a kid, I had a Spider-Man poster that hung up in my bedroom. When I got my first car, it was the Spidey Mobile. That's what I called it. And I had little Spider-Man all over it. And so now to be here on the red carpet tonight feels like such a weird, wild dream. And I know so many people feel that way because who didn't have their Spider-Man shirt on when they were a kid? Like
Wait,
everybody.
We're supposed to stop wearing our Spider-Man shirt?
What's under here? It's a Spider-Man
I work
shirt.
out with a Spider-Man shirt. If you look at my Instagram account, you'll see me in my Spider-Man t-shirt all the time.
Well, you know, you need that internal power.
Yes.
Because with great power becomes great
responsibility.
And great hair.
And gray hair. And if you cut the carbs, maybe you can actually get into the Spider-Man outfit, which I want to do this Halloween.
Okay,
That's my
we're
goal.
making it your goal.
That is my goal.
We're gonna do it.
Yes.
And I'm really excited to see Spider-Man, particularly in this film, because it's his opportunity to step up.
Yes.
You know, at the end of Spider-Man Homecoming, we saw Tony Stark be like, do you want this fancy suit? And do you want all of the things that come with being an Avenger? And he was kind of like, I'm gonna stay friendly and neighborhood. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and it's also an opportunity to see him from beginning to end pretty much be the focal point of the heroism. I mean, in Homecoming, he had some backup, and some stumbles along the way. This go round, his mentor's not there to help him out.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, there's more happening down at the other end of the carpet. Let's check in.
One of the things I love about our position down here is we can hear what's going on with all of the fans who have been here since yesterday. And Marisa Tomei has arrived. There's a ton of people signing autographs. A couple of minutes ago, you heard the calls for Jake Gyllenhaal, right?
It was like, Jake. I mean, when I arrived at the carpet, that was not what I got. But obviously, I am also not Jake Gyllenhaal.
We could do Ange.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's good.
It's got a good ring to it. But you can see there's so much going on with the fans. They've got posters. They're really excited to be here. We've got cosplayers right behind us. We've got Spider-Man in various incarnations, lots of different suits.
Yeah. And that's the wonderful thing about it is that tonight is really about celebrating the movie and celebrating the fans and also celebrating the amazing cast. And I hear that we're going to be having another special guest up on the other stage with our co-host this evening.
Yes, that's right. Lorraine and LZ are going to be with a very special guest very soon.
A very mysterious guest,
A very
you might say.
mysterious guest, you might say. A new relationship for Peter in this movie.
Yeah.
You know, Peter is in a really interesting place.
Actually, look, he just came up in a big cloud of green smoke.
Has been
He's
solved.
rocking.
Yeah, you don't want any part of this.
Yeah.
That's just my line. Whenever I come out and smoke, that's my line.
Okay.
Yeah, so-
I thought I was in trouble just for a minute.
Yeah, no.
Now you have some big swashbuckling scenes ahead of you. Well, ahead of us, because we haven't seen it, but you've already shot them. What was it like getting in on some of the action?
Oh, it was so much fun. I mean, such an incredible group of people who made this movie, and the stunt guys, the visual effects, and everything. I mean, it's so much bigger than the last one, and I was a big fan of the last one. So then they asked me to do this one and told me what Mysterio was up to. I was so in.
Well, I'm in too.
All right.
You are an actor that is known for going through physical transformations for roles. What did you go through in order to prepare for this one?
Well, I mean, in truth, the biggest thing for me was the suit. Like as soon as I put on the suit, I was pretty much transformed. I mean, I loved it. So I was a little worried about the fishbowl helmet.
Yeah. You didn't really get to rock that though, did you?
I didn't rock it in live. No, I didn't. Well, thankfully.
Yeah, it's hard to breathe, I assume.
I was carrying a lot of other contraptions on my body that you see and don't see. So yeah,
Okay.
so that was enough. But it was really, for me getting it, I had to get in shape just to wear the suit. It has this huge chest plate, and it has a 40-pound cape. So you're carrying that around all day.
Yeah, a light, flowy cape.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I know that you like to rock a hairstyle for a role.
Oh, wow.
I've noticed that about you. And Quentin Beck in the comics has the bangs. Did you fight for bangs?
I tried. I lost that battle. I reserved that. I did that in the last movie before this one, in another movie I did, so I couldn't double bang it,
Yeah.
No,
that's fair.
Never double bang it.
You
never.
understand how it?
Yeah.
Well, not never, but yeah.
We'll wait and see what happens in the film. I'm gonna hold out hope. Fingers crossed. Yeah, for bangs.
I know they're really short bangs too in the comics.
Yeah.
He has really short bangs.
They are fairly silly, and I love it. But you also got to get silly with Tom Holland. I love your dynamic on screen. What was it like working together?
I mean, he's great. He's about to show up right now. You're gonna hear how everybody else. I feel about him the same way they're about to feel. Yeah, here we go. When
Are you gonna scream?
I did. I feel like screaming when I see him.
Just go ahead. Just go
Every
ahead.
time I
It's
see
okay.
him. No, I mean he's a consummate professional. I think we share some similarities in that we both started acting very young, and I love his commitment to his craft outside of him being the best Spider-Man around. To put on that costume, he's a physical actor. He is humble. He is deferential to those who are a little bit older than him in a way that you would never expect from somebody who is in his position, who has the power that he has. And I just adore him. I think he's great.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
What was it like for you to find out you were going to be part of the Marvel Universe?
I mean, it was pretty incredible. When you see the movie, you'll understand, but I think there's a lot of things about this character that particularly to join the Marvel Universe in this way was really cool and was really befitting to me. So it's an honor to just be in it, but to be able to play this character, to work with these people and create a character that was unique, different than other characters I've seen in the universe before, was pretty cool.
Samuel L. Jackson just was here and gave you mad props that you are a great monologist. You're great at a monologue.
Orating? Did he use that?
He did say
orator. Yeah, he said the great orator. I'll take that any day. I'll take any compliment from Samuel Jackson. There were a lot of things I have to say in this movie. There was some difficult wordage, and that means a lot that he thinks I pulled it off.
Yeah,
so
he really did, and you do, and we can't wait to see it. We'd love to keep you all night, but unfortunately,
Tom Holland's coming.
But Tom Holland's
is
coming,
coming.
and you have to party all night. So enjoy and
Yes,
congrats.
Thank you so much.
Wait, thank you.
Cheers.
Enjoy.
Oh my gosh, what fun! I cannot wait for everyone to see what Quentin Beck is into, because what a delight to see on the screen.
I didn't realize he was struggling with his bangs.
I know. Oh, hello. It's Peter's Aunt May. Marisa Tomei,
Hello.
hello.
Hi, Lorraine and LZ.
Hey there, May.
It's so wonderful to see you, and I have to say, I love May's activist bent. What was it like?
Picking up on that, yeah.
No, I love that about her. Is that something that you were looking for in the role, or how did that come about?
Well, that came about through a lot of discussions with Jon Watts, our director, and talking about, well, where does Peter get his community consciousness, really? Who raised him? Where does he get his values? And so it kind of stemmed from that.
How much of May is of you?
I can't answer that. I don't know. It's always some kind of mix, but I don't know. Not too much.
Well,
maybe the jean jacket.
So it's in your genes, is what you're saying. There it is.
Well done. Well done.
Now, I have to say, I don't want to call anything out, but I feel like Happy and May have some vibe. What was it like working with Jon Favreau, who plays Happy?
Oh gosh, I love Jon. I love him as a director and as an actor, and I'm really happy that we've crossed paths and get to play around a bit. Like have banter together. He's a great person to have banter with. So witty.
And you have some great quiet moments too. I feel like your eyes together say a lot.
I mean, I think You saw the movie, right?
Oh yeah. No spoilers. No spoilers.
Okay, because it could go either way.
We'll wait and see.
Okay.
Obviously, you've had a brilliant career, had an opportunity to shoot in many different locations, but was there something special shooting this that just kind of resonated with you?
Well, I like everyone who's involved with it so much. I love Jon Watts, and I love Tom and Zendaya.
And do you get to shoot on location in Queens somewhat?
No, we shot this overseas, so it was a set that they built.
So you still got to go far from home, even though Aunt May wasn't necessarily going to travel.
A lot of good weekend trips. I had a lot of good side trips. Yeah.
I love it.
I sensed some good memories. She started to flow her dress a little bit.
Yeah.
Was there a favorite location?
Well, for me on this movie, I was mostly in London. But I kind of, yeah. I went off to Italy. I went off to Northern England, and yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the greatest. Well, we would love to keep you here with us all night, but we're not allowed
Thank
to.
you.
We have to let you go down the carpet, but enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great night.
So much fun.
So much fun. I love that she was being coy about the relationship.
I know, what? Maybe
She's a classy lady.
Yeah. I mean, I love Aunt May.
Yes.
Peter's Aunt May is just so enjoyable. And I think, she has like a very sassy vibe about her. Even the deli guys in Spider-Man Far From Home are like, she's that hot lady that lives over down the street.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, updating these characters with long histories can be a tricky thing, but they were able to find a way to keep the fibers of what made those characters so special to us while sprinkling in some more familiar, up-to-date sort of elements like the snarkiness.
And I love that she got to work with Jon Watts, the director, and have some input into why Peter is the way he is and what does May bring to his life. I think that's such an important relationship for Peter Parker. It's his touchstone in every iteration of Peter Parker's story, from the comics to the films and beyond. So I think, she's a major touchstone in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Well, in the universe, just family in general is just an important theme throughout, whether it's Ant-Man, whether it's Thor, whether it's Black Panther. It's just seen every single film. It's important that family influences what makes these heroes heroes.
Oh, absolutely, because we all have an origin story, and we all have something different and real in our past that moves us forward, just like Peter Parker does. But there is so much more happening here on the carpet, so let's check in and see what's happening.
You're absolutely right. What I love about Marvel is that our heroes are so relatable, and that means they have families like Peter's Aunt May, which is really cool because we mentioned cosplayers earlier, and there's actually someone cosplayed as Peter's Aunt May from Homecoming. It's amazing.
It's incredible. There's a whole variety of cosplayers here. They're in a whole bunch of different iterations of the suit. We've got an Iron Spider. We've got your classic blue and red suit. We've got folks from Midtown Science, which I love. There's an MJ. So we've got a whole bunch of different fans picking their favorite character.
What's your favorite?
I can't really pick a favorite, but I am a big MJ fan. I mean, of course, I'm a Spider-Man fan. That goes without saying. But if we're going to bring in the rest, I really love what MJ does. It was amazing listening to you guys talk to Zendaya before and talk about all the different elements that she has brought in. And she said in interviews that she's really excited about Far From Home because she's going to get to show a side of her that's a little bit more vulnerable.
Which is really cool. And I know we kind of talked about it on the carpet earlier. I know LZ and Lorraine were talking about it, how there's so many strong women in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but also just in the Marvel Universe overall. And so getting a chance to really flesh out some more of MJ I'm ready for it. I'm here for it.
All right, speaking of folks in this movie, I hear there's a little bit going on at stage one. Who do you guys have?
Well, we have Tom Holland here right now. We're just hanging out with the star of the film. Okay, first you were Homecoming, now you're Far From Home. What was it like coming back the second time?
It was amazing. It was really like going on a summer break. Like the first film felt like our first year of school, then we went on a summer break, and then when we came back, it felt like we were picking up right where we left off. The guys I work with in these films, they're my best friends in life, on screen and off screen, so I'm so lucky to get to work with them. And, making a film that you can be this proud of is kind of hard to come by, and I'm just so lucky that I get to do it again.
What was it like making the film as Spider-Man but without Robert Downey Jr.?
You know, it was emotional. It was really emotional.
People like you, I think. They're shouting your name.
I think you have
Sweet,
fans.
it's so sweet. It was really emotional. You know, I've only ever made a Spider-Man movie with Robert, and he's a great friend of mine. And, you know, I was FaceTiming him last night, and he wished me the best of luck. And you know, we'll miss him, but he'll never be forgotten.
I heard a rumor, and I don't know if it's true, so I need you to tell me. Does he have a special name in your phone?
He's the Godfather in my phone. Yeah, he's like RDJ the Godfather. Yeah, that's what I have him as.
All right. Okay, confirmed. That is true. Okay.
Yes, it is, yeah.
So, the film is called Far From Home.
Right.
But you shot a lot of it at home.
I did,
Did you
yes.
just stay at home, or did you stay in the hotel?
No, I actually rented a house with all my buddies, and we live really close to the studio, which was really nice. But it's funny, the first film was called Spider-Man Homecoming. I shot it thousands of miles away from my home. This film's called Spider-Man Far From Home, and I shot it 20 minutes from my parents' house. So the names don't add up, but it's great to be here tonight.
So Tom Holland Homecoming.
Yes.
Tom Holland Far From Home.
That's true. That's right. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
You also got to work with Jake Gyllenhaal in this film. I love your dynamic on screen. What was it like?
It was honestly a dream come true. You know, he's someone who I've looked up to for so long, and I've been such a huge fan of his, and it's really hard to name a bad Jake Gyllenhaal film. Like, it's not easy. So the chance for me to be 23 and to be able to work with him was a dream come true. And, you know, sometimes in the industry, meeting your heroes can be really scary, and meeting Jake was a dream and amazing, and I love him to bits. And we're actually wearing the same shoes tonight.
Were you like, are you wearing your shoes? I'm wearing mine.
No, it was a total accident, and I'm really worried because Jake's definitely going to wear them better than I do. Yeah.
We'll have a shoe off later. Does that sound fair?
Thanks for the close-up on my shoes, by the way.
There you go.
I really appreciate that.
Well, he didn't
Big
get the
thumbs
close-up
up.
of his shoes, so as far as we know, you own them.
Yeah. You were at best.
Yeah.
You heard it here. Well, we would love to keep you all night, but you are literally the star of the show.
Say hello to everyone, but thanks for having me. Thanks to everyone at home watching. I love you all so much, and enjoy Spider-Man Far From Home. It's all for you guys.
Oh, thank you. Enjoy.
Thank you.
So much.
Cheers. Oh my gosh, what? I mean, come on, that my Peter Parker. That is my Peter Parker
Absolutely.
right there.
One of the things that I love, the fans can't see it, but we're looking at him right now. He hugged Aunt May like he was Aunt May.
And yeah, it was Aunt May, and it was Peter Parker just coming home. It was so sweet.
Yes.
Right now, he's actually checking in with Jon Favreau, who plays Happy.
Happy.
We should have him up in a little bit. But I mean, I think that's one of the things. He brings such earnestness to Peter Parker, as well as being a little cheeky.
Yes.
And that is Peter Parker for you.
I love the fact that the films seem to conflict with his actual locations. Homecoming, he's far from home, he's actually at a homecoming.
I
That's
know.
so cool.
I know. And also, both he and Jake rolled up in style in Audis. I mean, what a way to make an appearance. They look so cool. I mean, of course, the car of choice for Tony Stark, so of course they were going to continue the legacy.
Well, of course. I mean, he may not be in the film, but he's always in our hearts, and apparently in our streets as well.
Yeah, in an e-tron SUV. There you go.
Oh,
Jon
here he
Favreau.
is.
Hello, welcome back.
Thank you. Seems like I never left.
Well, I feel like we just saw you at Endgame, but you're in all of these, and you've been there since the beginning.
That's right, and I'm really proud to be a part of this one. I'm so happy I get to keep playing this character, and now I'm the old man. Now I'm the Hagrid of the series.
Untrue.
No, it's good. It's good to be the Hagrid. It's good to be looking after the kids and having fun. I get some comedic scenes. I get some action scenes. It's a dream come true. It's everything you could want from an acting career.
Well, you might be Hagrid, but I still get some vibe with you and Aunt May.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We don't want to spoil anything, but there is they definitely have a lot in common.
Like Peter Parker.
Yes, like Peter Parker. We both care a lot about Peter Parker, and we're both there for him through some difficult times.
You know, the thing that's been fantastic about your character in particular is that while it is true you've been in so many of the films, but you too have grown as a character in so many of the films and have taken on different roles.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and even this character, Happy Hogan, I mean, there's a lot of heavy stuff happening in Endgame, and he lived through all of that, and there's a lot of people he cared about that went through some tough stuff. So this movie is really nice because I got to play the, how their relationship has evolved after going through all that stuff.
Well, and this is the first time in many ways that you are without Robert. you started the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe together. Were you like, out of my way, Robert, I'm in there? Or what is it like to go on without him?
Well, look, Robert and I are still buddies, and Robert is still keeping that tradition alive. I think people see him as that character because that was a defining role, even though he's done a lot of other great roles. But it's interesting that, you know, being in this without Tony Stark, because it's Peter Parker and Happy Hogan without Tony Stark, it's a new dynamic. And so we get to explore a different aspect of the relationship, which was really good. And Jon Watts, the director, really understood a lot, knew everything that was going to happen in Avengers before it did. And we had to come up with all of this before we even got to see that film. So it's a real testament to Jon Watts, the director.
How tricky is it to balance, as you were saying, such traumatic loss with the comedic timing that's gotten to be known, particularly with the Spider-Man films?
Well, again, that falls squarely, the tone falls squarely on the director. And so he really guided us through it and explained to us what he wanted from each scene. And it's nice to have the flow of comedy and emotion, and I think that they got the right guy. And of course, you know, anchoring it all is Tom. And the great ensemble cast around him. But Tom Holland is the guy that could play all of those nuances. And that's very difficult stuff. He's a tremendous actor and a great guy, as you know from talking to him.
I mean, the absolute sweetest. Now, I'm curious, you and Jon are both directors. Yeah. Do you have like secret director code? Does he just say like, do that scene this way, and you guys lock in?
Yeah, directors, I find, because I've directed directors in acting roles. We always really try to do whatever the director wants, because we know it's like, I'm on your side. What do you need, buddy? Boy, if you stand here, we could avoid another setup. I'm like, where's my light? You don't move the light. I'll move where you want me. So you know, there is a bit of a sibling relationship that directors have, and especially it's great because I get to be on his set and watch how he does it, because you learn every time you work with another director. So as a director, I get to be an actor, and I get insight into how people run their sets. And also, you know, you could be really helpful because you know what they're up against, and you could be there to be of service.
You have such tremendous comedic timing. How much of what you've done in the film is actually written versus improv?
I was trying to have timing for you.
That was great.
You know,
like, did the stream stop?
No, a lot of we're buffering. Most of it's written, but Jon Watts is the type of guy who will always ask you, you know, is there something else you want to try? Or he'll throw a suggestion in and keep rolling and let you do a series of takes. But you can only do that when you got a cast like he has assembled. Those young actors are so funny, and I got to work with them and you know, in an action sequence, and they found laughs everywhere. So it's great to be part of that, because so much of my time now is spent in the editing room or on set as a director or writing. And so this brings me back to what my roots were. I started off as like a comedic actor, as a supporting actor, a character actor, and I love that I get to play in this world with a new generation, because it just makes it so exciting to go for work. They all have such great attitudes, and it's great to be a part of that ensemble.
Well, I mean, I think that is the perfect place to say thank you so much. Enjoy the night, and congratulations on the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Thank you so much. Great talking to you.
Cheers. I mean, let's just say what it is. He's an MCU icon.
Absolutely.
An icon.
I know that Tom has, you know, Robert Downey Jr. as the Godfather in his telephone, but
he's kind of the Godfather.
He's kind of the Godfather. He's the Godfather's Godfather.
Yeah, I mean, and also I love that Happy has had such a large journey throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There's even kind of that joke in Spider-Man Homecoming where, you know, he's like, Downey is saying, oh, you know, he was my driver, and now he's worked his way up, and he's had this trajectory. Now he's like my head of security. But now he is really stepping up and being that mentor, that voice for Peter Parker, and it is so wonderful to see. I love Jon Favreau as an actor. He's so earnest.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's fantastic to see someone who doesn't necessarily have superpowers, but be so important to saving the world. It's kind of a little message to all of us that no matter where you are in life, use your gifts to make the world a better place.
LZ, that was so beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Look at, there we go. Perfect, nailed it. I mean, I have to say, look at this carpet right now. It is packed. The film will start before you know it, and everyone is here. I mean, Tom Holland is there on the carpet, catching up with as much press as he can, showing off that beautiful maroon suit. I mean, this is
a great suit.
It is a great suit, and he's about to meet a bunch of Spider-Men, which I cannot wait for him to do.
I mean, when you look around, but yes, we have all the actors that are in the film here, but I just saw a couple of NBA players walk by.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of musicians walk by.
There are our friends,
Yes.
our friend fans.
Yes, that speaks to the attractiveness of these stories. It stretches to all types of people, not just quote-unquote comic book nerds.
Oh, completely. And I have to say, the production for this film is stunning. They shot quite a bit on location, as we've talked about, with a lot of the cast, but they also had some really huge set pieces that they built for the filming. They created part of the Rialto Bridge from Venice. They made a huge set that it's a bridge, it's huge. So can you imagine building something like that just for filming? It's pretty incredible.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, Angelique, Tamara. Okay, I know something's going on over there. What are you girls doing?
We are having such a good time down here. We have been watching all of the actors come down and talk with the cosplayers behind us.
Which is the best thing.
Yeah.
No, absolutely seeing fans so excited to see their heroes in real life, particularly if they're dressed as one of their heroes, is so it's just heartwarming.
A couple minutes ago, Cobie Smulders was there, and everyone is just taking their time, and they're so appreciative of seeing everybody dressed up and seeing all the love. So we're hearing the shouts off to the left of us. So hopefully you guys at home are sensing all of the excitement that's happening here on the carpet.
Yeah, absolutely. I know y'all have a couple of friends down there who are really happy to be on the carpet this evening.
I loved watching that interview. You know, we were talking earlier about our favorite characters, and Happy is one of mine. And I just love how generous Jon Favreau is. I mean, whether he's writing, whether he's directing, executive producing Avengers movies, or finally acting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was wonderful to hear him talk about returning a little bit to his Hollywood roots, that he has gone on to be a producer and a writer and director, but that he was really thrilled to actually dig his teeth into being a comedic actor again.
I was reading an interview with Jon Watts, and someone had asked him, was it intimidating having Jon Favreau on set? And he said, no, it was amazing having the support of another director. And Angelique, I would say, listening to that interview, you could really understand why it was wonderful having that support. It's wonderful to see the MCU family pulling together in so many different ways.
And I love it because I heard, obviously, the Godfather comment, but I love the Godfather, but the fairy godfather, because it's kind of that really happy feeling.
Fairy godfather in their life.
I mean, and I do love that in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we see these themes of mentorship over and over again, and we see it happening really behind the cameras as well, and I think it's just so beautiful.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, because of what's happening behind the camera, you get more of a sense of why what's on the camera resonates so well, because it's so heartfelt.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, and speaking of, right now, Kevin Feige, hello, sir.
Hey there, fine sir.
Hello.
We're excellent. Okay, this is kind of a big wrap-up to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, to Phase 3. Why was this the film?
This is the culmination of everything we've ever done. Yes, 23 movies in the Infinity Saga comes to a conclusion tonight. We developed, I'd said this earlier in another interview, we developed Infinity War and Endgame and essentially Far From Home kind of at the same time. So as we were writing them, I was informing the wonderful writers who were just behind us of this film, Chris and Eric, with Chris and Steve on Infinity War and Endgame, and we realized, because of the events that I will not spoil at the end of Endgame, that Peter has a journey to go through after that. And that so much of this movie and the culmination of his journey that started when Tony Stark plucked him out of his bedroom in Queens in Civil War is about stepping out of that shadow, stepping out of the shadow of Tony, stepping out of the shadow of the Avengers, and stepping up. And that's ultimately what this film is about, and why we wanted to cap the entire saga that started 11 years ago with Iron Man with Far From Home.
Sometimes there'll be a movie that'll make a lot of money but won't be very good.
Yes.
And sometimes there's a very good film that doesn't make a lot of money.
Yes.
But you found the beautiful sweet spot. How does that feel?
Don't jinx us. This isn't out yet, so we'll see. But listen, we say it every time we're here talking together on the carpet. Everybody at Marvel Studios just loves these characters. We love them. We want to do justice to the amazing work that the comic writers and that Stan Lee and Steve Ditko in particular brought to this character. But all of our characters, we care so much about it. That's what we put 24 hours a day, almost 7 days a week into. So I'm glad audiences and people respond to it. And that's all we really can think about every time we start a project.
Well, I'm glad you at least get the night off tonight so that you can watch the movie. Yeah. Mysterio, what an iconic character in Marvel Comics. Why did you want to bring him into this film?
Because he's awesome, because we'd never seen him in a movie before, because I knew there was a way to make that fishbowl and that outfit look incredible. And Ryan Meinerding, our head of visual development, who designed that look that you see in the movie, it's just incredible. And the version we're doing, what Jake Gyllenhaal has brought to it, and the partnership that you see and the chemistry that you see between Jake and Tom in this movie is very, very special.
Did you know right away when you thought about Jake Gyllenhaal in that role that the chemistry would work, or did you have to be convinced?
No, I didn't have to be convinced. We really wanted to work with Jake for years. Mm-hmm. And as often happens in the MCU, the perfect thing comes along at the perfect time, and the perfect actor steps into the role. And that's what happened. We also knew that Tom was a big fan of Jake. And after we cast him, and maybe on the first or second day of shooting, Tom Holland came up to me and said, last year I wrote sort of a wish list of everything I wanted to accomplish. I think his manager, Zage, said, write down what you want to accomplish, who you want to work with, and that'll help set your course as you pursue your career. And the first name he wrote on who I wanted to work with, and he showed it to me, Jake Gyllenhaal. Wow. And he didn't tell us that until after they had already started working together.
Wow, you are literally making dreams come true. Thank you so much for stopping to speak with us.
Thank you.
And congrats.
How's this balloon holding up?
It's great, 80 feet long.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, good.
It's great for selfies, too.
Okay, nice. I'll go do that.
All right, cheers, enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
I just got chills listening to that story. I'm not even joking.
He's wearing that hat and it's full of secrets. Kevin Feige knows all. Hi, Eric, Chris, hello. Hi, welcome. We're great. We're live streaming right now to the Marvel fans. We have our incredible writers here with us. You guys are so funny. Come on. Are you guys working together, making each other laugh all day, or are you writing back and forth to each other?
Yeah, Chris and I have known each other a long time, and that's one of the many pleasures of this job is we make each other laugh. Pretty much every time we're working on something, we're making each other laugh.
Yeah, we come from the world of Community and American Dad and comedy in general, and so being able to come and inject our sensibility in has been really, just an honor.
What is the writing process for the two of you? Do you sit in a room together, or are you in separate places and texting back and forth?
Different ends of the earth. Thank God for the internet. We can be like the creative process. We sit in a room for months and months with Jon Watts and Kevin Feige and Marvel and Pascal and Rachel O'Connor, and we all just work together for months coming up with the story, and then when it's time for us to go off the script, it's usually right around vacation time for them. It's usually around the holidays. They're like, you know what, good enough, get out of here.
Enjoy working, bye.
See you in 2 weeks. We had a beat sheet over January 2nd. January 2nd, can we get a beat sheet?
There you go.
But no, it's so collaborative with all of them. It's just so, and then, and then they'll go, okay, now we actually need to put words to paper, and he and I go off and...
We spend a lot of time. Once we're writing, we're separate, and we're just working in our own places, and then we trade work with each other back and forth. And, we've known each other for so long, there's just a lot of trust, and it's like, you can rewrite my stuff, I'll rewrite your stuff, we'll just go back and forth, and we text all...
Hardly any animosity.
Hardly any
animosity. That joke that I put in that disappeared... guess what? I'm putting it back in. Oh, it disappeared again on the third go-around.
Our basic rule is if anyone feels passionate enough about something to put it back in, well, then we'll just leave that in.
Then they win. I'm always curious, when you're writing dialogue, who is the character that you're the most excited to write dialogue for personally?
Oh, it's so hard. I'd say Pierce Hawthorne from Chevy Chase. I would say, with these, it's so great. Every scene, you're never going, oh, now I have to write this scene. You're always like, oh, now I get to write a Nick Fury scene. Now I get to write a Mysterio scene. Now I get to write another Ned and Peter scene. Now a romantic scene between...
Someone.
What's that?
Someone. We'll find out.
Yeah, anytime,
The Flash MJ romance is gonna not.
People are gonna be shocked. Anytime you have a bunch of fun characters, it's a pleasure. And if you find yourself writing a scene and you're really bummed out by a bunch of the characters and you don't want to, then you got to go back to the drawing board and say, all right, well, we need to change this. So we just felt really lucky. We had a lot of great characters. Whoever you're writing for, it was fun. And the dynamic of all the kids together and everything was all super fun, and we're really excited about it.
Yeah. No, it's like you get to do like a really great high school comedy in one scene, and the next one you're doing Mission Impossible. It's just a really fun mix of different genres and characters that, again, we're just honored to be a part of.
I'm a journalist, so when I write, I tend to read my words out loud and before I move on to the next part. Do you guys read your scripts out loud, or do you read them in your head?
My wife has witnessed a lot of just the worst acting you've ever. She'll come into the office and, oh, hey, honey, I need something. And I'll be like in there like, oh, what? Or I'll be like just talking to myself or acting things out. You never kissed me. She's like, what are you talking about? So she's, a lot of terrible.
That super personal play about your family that you're doing.
It's coming along great. I got it.
Well, we'll look forward to that, but enjoy the film tonight. We can't wait to see it. We have to check in.
Thank you.
We have to check in with Angelique and Tamara. How are you, ladies?
I am here with Eric Carroll, executive producer, Spider-Man Far From Home. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling super excited. This is just one of those projects we're all super proud of, and to finally get to share it with a bunch of people is, that's what it's all about. We're so excited to be in a room with people and see it with finished effects and finished music. It's awesome. It's the best part.
And we've been talking all night about this amazing carpet, the 80-foot-long Spider-Man who's back here in this brand new suit.
Which is super cool.
If you had a favorite suit, a favorite gadget that is a pinnacle Spider-Man suit or gadget, what would it be?
It's his web shooters, easy. Because he invented those himself. He invented the web fluid, the whole bit. And I love that in the MCU, he got a lot of help from Tony Stark, but the web shooters were always his. That was something Peter Parker came up with. And I think Peter Parker's real superpower is his heart and his head. You know what I mean? He can stick to stuff and he's strong, which is cool. But at the end of the day, he's a smart guy with a heart of gold, and that's who we're rooting for, right?
Absolutely. We were talking earlier about the fact that there are these amazing action sequences, but the action sequences are always grounded in Peter's story. And for you as an EP, as the story was evolving, what was most important or exciting for you to explore this time around?
Well, it's both, right? The idea, this is great because it is maybe, in all the movies in MCU, maybe the one that picks up most directly from the last movie that's been out in theaters, which is really fun. But also, I think it's got the biggest ramifications. And at the end of the day, the big idea is, of course, to make you care about the main characters. So if you don't care about them, then the action sequences don't matter because you're not worried about whether they're going to get hurt or die or whatever. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's always central to keep those characters central, and we go from there.
I hope all you filmmakers out there are listening because this is great advice. Thank you so much for stopping and talking with the fans.
Of course. Thank you guys very much. Thanks for being here. Obviously. We will. Awesome. Okay.
Now let's see what's going on the other end of the carpet.
Well, it has been quite an evening. What was your favorite part of the night so far, LZ?
Oh my gosh, I gotta say, watching Tom Holland hug Marisa Tomei as if it was Peter Parker and Aunt May seeing each other after a long trip was so beautiful to see. It was off camera, but I had a chance to look and I was like, they really genuinely like each other, which is why when you see them on film, it registers.
Oh, and I just love getting to see the fans with Tom and Tom with the fans. They're chanting his name. That I thought was so touching. I'm curious, for our ladies on the other end of the carpet, Angelique, Tamara, what were your favorite moments from tonight?
I gotta say, just like every single part of the Marvel Universe, there's been so much detail on this carpet this evening, from the custom wrapped Audis that people showed up in to the fans. It's just been absolutely amazing.
Well, for me, I have to say I did love your guys' interview with Jon Favreau. That was definitely a highlight for me, just following his whole journey through the MCU. And I am loving, there are a whole bunch of kids here, and they are all decked out in Spidey suits, and there's a Spidey tutu that made its way down the carpet, and it is just adorable. So I'm loving that.
Did they make that Spidey tutu in my size? Just asking for a friend.
I think they could figure something out, LZ.
Absolutely, you'd look great in it. So I love that, and just really all the heart that's here. You know, hearing Eric Carroll, the executive producer, talk about, you know, Spidey's real superpower is his heart, and I think that's why we love these movies so much.
It's really true to the spirit of this evening.
Absolutely.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you guys more. Thank you all to the fans at home who've been hanging out with us all night long. You guys can watch all of this and more at marvel.com/Spider-Man Live and check out all the cool things happening on our social stories at Marvel at Spider-Man Movie. And of course, thank you to our wonderful sponsor of the evening. The red carpet world premiere of Marvel Studios' Spider-Man Far From Home has been presented tonight by Audi.
I've had such a great time. Thank you so much for allowing me to be in your space.
Thank you for allowing me to be in your space. You guys, be sure to watch Spider-Man Far From Home in theaters on July 2nd. I think we should let the fans at home take one last look at the film.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
That was so good. Hey, sorry I'm late. Happy. You look nice.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. New dress?
Yes, it is. How'd you know?
What just happened?
Planning a trip?
Mm-hmm. Going to Europe. It's a school trip.
Did you get your passport?
Peter Parker here to pick up a passport, please.
Mini toothpaste?
Mm-hmm.
Pack your suit.
I just want to go on my trip with my friends. Europe doesn't really need a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. You look really pretty.
And therefore, I have value.
No, that's not
I'm
right.
messing with you. You look pretty too.
I just want to spend some time with MJ. I think she really likes me, dude.
That reminds me when I first fell in love. I had just finished my film Cobie.
So nice to finally meet you, Spider-Man.
You're Nick Fury.
Put some clothes on. Let's go for a ride.
Is he gonna be okay like that?
Might want to turn him over so he doesn't swallow his tongue.
I think Nick Fury just hijacked our summer vacation.
Awesome! You got gifts, Parker, but you have a job to do. Are you going to step up or not?
You're all alone. Your friends are in trouble. What are you going to do about it?
You don't want any part of this.
Who is that guy?
He's like Iron Man and Thor rolled into one.
He's no Spider-Man.
What is it with you and Spider-Man?
What, he looks out for the neighborhood, has a dope suit, and I really respect him. Sup, dickwad?